So we'll be learning, getting an overview of the school management software, an overview of the school management software. Now, the school management software is basically a software that helps to manage all activities in your school, from finance to student results, e-library, and so many features. Now, the software is an amazing software. It works offline, so that means you don't really need the internet to use it, unlike many other school management softwares that makes use of the internet. In this case, you'll be using it offline. So now let's get started with the features. Now, starting with the first, an overview of the features. Now, this is the home page. After you've opened the application, this is how it's going to display on your system. Then the next part is the multi-user. Now, this multi-user explains how we can connect it to other systems so that multiple users will be able to use it and enter information into the software at the same time. So if you want to learn that, you just simply click on the multi-user and learn how to connect it. The instruction is there. Now, email token. Now, there are some parts of this software that will involve you sending emails to parents. For instance, sending the result of students to parents, sending their receipt through email. So to do that, you actually need an email token. Now, to get the email token, you simply contact us to actually get the email token, although it's not compulsory to get that, but it's important you actually get it, because to make sending your reports very easy, although there are still alternative ways to actually get parents to get the result, which we'll be going through in this overview. Now, the next part is the upgrade. Now, upgrade has to do with when you've activated the software, you might decide to add more students. For instance, you bought a license of 50 students for 4 months, that's for a term. Now, it happens that you have 100 students. What you simply do is that to top it up with the remaining 50, you get that as upgrade. So you actually need to contact us to upgrade it to 100 students. So you just be paying for the remaining 50 at a very, very, very affordable rate. So now, moving further, we'll be going into setup. Now, under the setup, there are many sub menu inside the setup. Now, I'll be going to the dashboard. Under the dashboard, we have the session, we have the class, we have the subject, we have the sub-admin. Now, under the session, that's where you add your session. Now, you follow this step by step. Add the session. After adding all your session, you go down to the class. You add the classes. Now, after adding your classes, you go down to the subject. You add the subject for each class. Now, after doing that, then you can add sub-admin to make your work easier, and so that other information would involve you working with a team. Now, in all these parts, how to do all this, there are video tutorials on it. This is more like an overview. Now, the same way, you can also add students. Now, for the adding of students, we also have a part where you can import students. So there's a video tutorial that explains how we can go about that. Now, scrolling down, we have staff. You can also do the same to staffs. Now, on the left menu, we still have more features. Now, we have the results. We click on the dashboard for result. We have various sub menu under it. This part of the result is where you add the students' result. There's a video tutorial that explains on how you can add the students' result. Now, after adding the students' result, let's go to the next part, which is grading. There's a video tutorial that explains how the grading system works. Now, I'm going straight to the reports. Now, after adding result, the next thing is to the report card. Now report card is compiling the results. So you've added the scores for each subject. So to compile it is where you go to report. Now there's a video tutorial that explains that. After you've compiled it, then you'll be able to download the result in PDF and send it to the parents, or you can actually send it via the software using the inbuilt email system. So stamp, there's also a video tutorial that explains this, how to add signatories to your results, to the results. Now mailing also, and exporting and import is also explained under this. Now there are still more features. We have the finance. Now under the finance dashboard, there are also so many under the finance is where you're going to be learning. You're going to be able to create bills for each term, and also to add a bill. There are video tutorials to actually explain how to do that to a particular student or group of students in a particular class. Now when the students start making payments, all that can be done under this payment section. So there are video tutorials that also explains how to do that. You can also check your payment history of what payment that have been done, and also generate receipts and send to parents. So you can generate receipts and send to parents just like this. If I go down to view receipt, I can view the receipt of what has been generated. So you can see the receipt. So this is it. You can view the receipt. So going further, the library. Now you can actually add information to add your resources. Add the resources, library resources, to the software, thereby creating an e-library. Now that is where this part, there's video tutorials that explains how to go about it. Now we also have the online sync. Now this online sync is a very unique part of the software, where you can synchronize this offline database, the information that you've put in the software without the internet, you synchronize it online. There's a video tutorial that explains that, and also giving your parents the link whereby they're going to log in and have access to it. And the link is very simple. They should just go to the website schoolmanagement.ng. By going to that website, it will ask them for the school code, the student ID, and the password. So to get the student ID and the password, the admin just goes to check in the software under your student record inside setup for students, and be able to get the student ID. Now the default password is usually pass, except it was changed during the registration of that student. So going to the website, which is schoolmanagement.ng, it will simply ask for the school ID, school code, and you'll be able to gain access to the student. So the parents have been given that website to be able to get information on it. Then finally, the last part is on the database. So on this part, you can actually back up your database and you can restore the database. So you have no fear of losing your information as long as you back it up. So that is just basically an overview of the software. In conclusion, there's the part where we can change the information on the software, like the school name, by going to the settings in this place where this bell is. Click on the bell and go to settings, and you can do that. So please go through the video tutorials in our YouTube channel, and feel free to ask your questions, to contact us and ask more questions on the software. We're looking forward to seeing you using the software in your school, because it is the best school management software you can ever find on the internet currently.